Hey friends, sorry for the delays in longer YouTube videos. It's currently jam-packed with writing and creating content and trying to balance work and family life. Thank you all for the support and the views I have been getting on this channel. You folks have been smashing it out of the ballpark on my posted videos. And quick shout out to Tactic Crazy Games. I helped him with some of his YouTube content and he gave me a shout out. So it's only fitting for me to provide him with one. Now, on with the video, and let's start at the beginning. So in June, I wanted to go to Disneyland, and I thought, what better way to go than on my birthday? So with the help of my aunt, I purchased flight tickets and flew to California. Let me tell you, this was not a cheap trip. It was rather expensive, but I would have to say it was very worth it. On day one, I went to the airport and it was a little frightening, but alright. I waited about 30 minutes and then we boarded our plane. The flight was pretty good and short, which was nice. I ensured I brought my Sony earbuds with active noise cancellation, which helped when it was pretty noisy on the plane. Then we landed and I ordered a lift to downtown Disney. I walked around a lot since there was still time before we checked in. I entered the Star Wars trading post and got emotional because it was nostalgic for me. I visited the Lego store, which was fabulous since I got to build the new Lego Disney castle that would be released next week. Then I got this delicious milkshake with a freaking ice cream cheesecake bar put in there, which was baffling. But let me tell you, that thing was divine. Definitely get that while you're there. Then we walked to our hotel, passed by the entrance of Disneyland, and saw the Guardians of the Galaxy mission breakout, which is always excellent. Then I checked into my hotel and chilled for the rest of the night. Quick little story and background. So the hotel we checked into was about a 10-minute walk to VidCon. So past me, explain what happened. So we ordered room service because turns out we thought that there was a microwave here, but there wasn't. And because there was no said microwave, we were like, oh crap, we gotta get room service because we're gonna be starving. So we get room service and we wait for like a minute or two. And then I get a knock at the door and we find this. I don't know what it means. Also, VidCon is happening, so maybe we're getting ultimately trolled. I don't know. That was rather eventful, and that was the end of the night. Then it was the day to go to Disneyland. We walked to the park since I wasn't going to pay for a lift to take me there, and it was great, not gonna lie. I love seeing people in Disney clothing because it comforts me that more people love Disney like me. I could not film this, but I got my birthday pin at the front of the park to let people know I was celebrating my birthday. I walked down Main Street, USA, and then this Disney cast member in one of the old-fashioned automobiles wished me a happy birthday, and I got a little emotional. Fun fact, I always get a little emotional walking down Main Street, USA because I get flooded with all the joyful memories of heading to Disneyland with my family. I made my way to the back of the park to go to Galaxy's Edge. I wanted to head on Rise of Resistance before it broke down for the rest of the day. And I have to say, the wait time was significantly shorter than average. It was like a 20 to 25 minute wait. After that, I went down to the fantastic Pirates of the Caribbean ride. By the way, there was no parrot at the end of the ride, which was slightly disappointing and concerning. I then rode the Indiana Jones ride, which had been renovated since my last visit last year, and it freaked me out. And then after that, I made my way to the Jungle Cruise, which was enjoyable as usual. Then I got some Dole Whip, and then a quick visit to the Tiki Room, which I sang every verse of the songs. Then a short ride on the Alice in Wonderland ride, which was not the best, but not terrible in my opinion. Then it was time to go down to my favorite ride, as most of you know, Space Mountain. It was amazing and phenomenal, which is excellent. Although the one downside is the light tunnel before heading up the launch didn't work, which is concerning. Please fix that part of the ride, Disney. It is crucial to the ride. Then I got a churro and discovered this rather unusual problem for a water fountain. I then returned to Tomorrowland for Adventures with Buzz Lightyear of Star Command. I took a picture of this artwork, and trust me, I will talk about it, just not in this video. Then I went to Galaxy's Edge to do some flying with Chewbacca. After all that, I went to Disney Toontown to experience Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It was so awesome. They had Wizard Mickey from Fantasia, Disco Mickey and Minnie Mouse, the Prince and Pauper Mickey, and even referred to the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. How cool is that? After that, I went to the Big Thunder Mountain. At this point, I knew I had to get something to eat, so I got the best food at the park, the turkey leg. Let me tell you, I ate that turkey leg to the bone. I was still hungry and returned to Galaxy's Edge for some chocolate mousse. While walking back there, I had this unique interaction with Chewbacca. I was walking towards the restaurant and noticed Chewbacca walking before me. And as I was walking to grab my chocolate mousse, Chewbacca stopped me, then he shook my hand. Then he patted his hand to the left side of his chest. At this time, I was wearing my little birthday pin, and I was pretty sure Chewbacca was wishing me a happy birthday, or in this case, Happy Origin Day, as it is that term in Star Wars. That was the coolest thing ever, but too bad that I didn't film it. I ate the chocolate mousse, which was delicious as usual, and then I returned to Tomorrowland for Finding Nemo. Then after that, I tried to hop on Space Mountain, but it was a long line, which I would generally be happy with, but I had a fast pass for the Matterhorn, and it was kind of conflicting with the wait times. I had to walk away from Space Mountain with a heavy heart and head on the Matterhorn. After riding the Matterhorn, I visited Disneyland Castle and made my way out, walking through Main Street and the entrance of Disneyland. I said goodbye for now and walked back to my hotel. The next day, I walked around a lot of Anaheim and got to try the Grimace Shake. I almost blacked out after taking a few sips, but otherwise I lived to tell the tale. I also got some tasty boba tea. At this point, I realized that walking around with this stuff in my backpack was challenging and somewhat demanding. So I ordered a Lyft and went to the airport. I decided to wait at the airport and get some rest for my legs. After waiting some time, I got to board my airplane, then got off the airplane and drove home. That concludes my birthday trip at Disneyland, and I would like to take a moment to thank all the amazing Disney cast members that said happy birthday and helped me out. They are some of the most amazing people who made my trip. I truly thank them from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Well, that's all for right now, folks, and I'll see you in the next one.